It's such a beautiful day. Thought we would talk about who you are. Oftentimes we forget who we are, that we think we're just a human being, and actually we're God. We're more like the God that is within us. We can harness. We have to know how to do that. You have to take control of your I am presence if you want to heal. It's the only way that it can happen. Which means you have to take control of your thoughts. And you have to believe that the power within you, the infinite creator power, can do it. That's what's possible. But you have to get out of your own way and believe it. And I speak from experience, knowing that it can be done, and also that you're sometimes not going to believe it. And sometimes you're going to flumble. And you're going to say, I'm sick, or I'm broken, because you don't feel well, or you're going to say that you're in pain. And all of those things are a story. That is an example of the second wounding, which is that you're judging yourself for the first arrow, which is the first arrow is that you have a symptom. Just because you have that symptom doesn't mean it's going to occur for the rest of your life. And you have to believe that it can change. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose if it changes? In order to believe that, you have to understand who you are. That within you, you have the power of an infinite intelligence that can do anything. And you have to know how to harness that power through the body. The body is the technology that can enable you to do anything. But you first have to believe that you can do it. Or maybe start with a want that you can believe it. And then go through the motions until you can actually believe it. Woo! But it's possible. I'm proof. And I may not be 100% of where I was, but I'm certainly at 65%. And from where I was to where I am now, I'll take that 65%. All it requires for you to do is to step out and try and trust your heart. Not your mind, but the heart. The heart knows. The heart knows everything. The heart is what can tell you the truth. But you need to learn how to listen. And that's the hardest part, is trusting your heart. I didn't trust my heart for a long time. And I didn't trust that I could be healed. But you can. How do you do that? You first have to start listening to the right voice, the one inside you, not your head, The head is the one that's going to tell you it's not possible. The head is the one that's going to is trained and conditioned to believe that only science and logic is what's possible. But the thing is science doesn't understand actually the body. It doesn't understand it. It has aspects of its understanding, but it doesn't fully understand how the brain works. And it certainly doesn't understand the mind, nor does it understand the heart. And when I say heart, I mean the heart. Not the physical heart, but the heart, something, the metaphysical aspect of it. Nobody really understands that. So what do you have to lose? You could believe or try and believe and take a step out, or you could not believe. Look at that cute little squirrel. It's just sitting there eating. Yeah, it's so beautiful. I used to not believe. It's so beautiful. Let's go sit on this picnic table and talk. I remember for the longest time I didn't believe it was possible to heal. I thought I was going to be like this. I thought I was going to be sick forever. And I didn't trust myself. I didn't hope. But now I do. I know what's real. What do you think you have to live for? Is it just yourself? Is it just to make money? Or is it something deeper? There's so much you can do. It requires that you take control of your I am presence. So it requires that you not allow the labeling of your symptoms. It requires you to not say, when the body isn't feeling well, that you say, I'm not feeling well. You have to say, the body is expressing discomfort to yourself. You speak to yourself in the third person, or you stand up to your beliefs. You have to accept the way that you're feeling, but you don't have to label it as pain. You can label it as a sensation, or you can refer to it as the body. That enables you to take control, because the you that is you is not the one that is bothered by it. Through that, you then send signals to the brain that you're safe, and that the the pain that you're experiencing or whatever the sensations that you're experiencing, they're not bothering you. Essentially, you become indifferent to those sensations. And through that indifference, the brain, through neuroplasticity, then rewires the brain, because essentially what you're experiencing is a misfire. And it continues to misfire because you keep feeding it negative limiting beliefs. And those negative limiting beliefs then create more cortisol because you're afraid or you're worried. And that feeds the cortisol loop. Once you stop feeding the cortisol loop, then the body is given an opportunity to heal on its own, and that's what will happen. So part of it is you have to take control of your thoughts and your beliefs. And you do that by understanding who you are and that you can control and manage anything. Now, will you get to 100% where you were before you got sick? I can't answer that question. Will you get to 65%? Maybe, probably. But what do you have to lose from where you are? Would you rather stay at, I don't know, wherever you're at, 25% or 50%? Or would you rather increase by, 15, 25% so that you at least have some beautiful life? That's what your opportunity is. In order to do that, you have to take a leap of faith. And that leap of faith is betting on yourself, betting on your heart, and that your heart can heal you. So that's the first step. Step 1 is understanding who you are. Step 2 is interrupting the limiting beliefs, and I'll teach you how to do that in the next episode. Step 3 is standing up for yourself, and step 4 is forgiving yourself, and after that it's really purging limiting beliefs from all-time creation. And what that essentially does, that entire process does, is you remove the energy from the thought, you remove the energy from the pattern, you cut the pattern because you cut it from cause, core, and memory, you forgive it, which means you remove the energy from the thought, and then you stand up to the thought, which then cuts the cycle of the karmic loop. So I'm going to teach you each of these steps. Step 1 is understanding and remembering who you are. The other 4 steps are the real important part. But the first step is, do you believe in yourself? And can you believe that you can overcome anything with your heart? And trusting your heart, that your heart will lead you on its way home. Think about it. Join my channel if this resonated with you. Take care.